Wear this and get your ass kicked. Well, maybe not. This is a nice looking hat. I think it looks good on me. But understand, gents, in certain situations, certain items can lead to a little bit of tension. And that's what we're talking about in today's video. Now, I'm making this video in good fun. I am not saying go out there and start a fight with somebody because you disagree with what they're wearing or how they're wearing it. But this first point, I would say, is one that if you push the boundaries here, it could lead to an altercation. Clothing item number one, military honors that you did not earn. This is technically called stolen valor. Some of you guys aren't familiar with this, so let me go ahead and read off what I think is a good definition of what stolen valor is. Stolen valor is the wearing of certain military decorations or medals in order to obtain money, property, or other tangible benefits. Now, I took that definition from the Stolen Valor Act of 2013, which basically made it a federal crime to impersonate someone that served in the military for financial gain. And I think that's the key distinction. Is the person who's wearing the uniform, wearing the hat that says veteran, are they fraudulently wearing that, trying to get some type of benefit? Now, do I think if your father was a Navy SEAL, could you wear a Navy SEAL hat with a trident on it? I would say, sure, I wouldn't have an issue with this. But again, when it's someone who is trying to represent themselves as having been a veteran when they were not, that's when you have the issue with stolen valor. Now, I had a great question asked of me the other day, and that is, if you wear a regimental necktie, is that stolen valor? And my answer to this is it depends. What are your intentions? Do you know that it's part of a military unit? Is that unit very particular about only allowing people who served in that unit to wear that necktie? This one I had made for my brothers in the U.S. Army. It uses their old colors. I thought it was just a beautiful necktie. I have no issue if someone who didn't serve were to wear this necktie. Why? I put these together to actually bring awareness to suicide. And the military loses 22 people a day to suicide. So I raised money. I sold this to anyone that wanted to support the military. So in that case, I don't have an issue. But understand that regimental neckties for some people are off limits. Now, gentlemen, I want to wrap this up with a serious question. Was Luke Skywalker guilty of stolen valor? Let me know down in the comments. I'm very curious what your opinion is of this, especially now that I've kind of explained the point. Number 2 on my list, inflammatory t-shirts. It doesn't even have to be a t-shirt. Anything that you're wearing on your torso that is sending out a signal of challenge me. So are you wearing something in an environment which you don't know what these people's opinions are? You're going to wear it out there and you're going to incite basically emotion. And that is the key. If you're going to wear an inflammatory t-shirt, something that inflames, you are running the risk of someone just coming up to you, not even saying anything, but just basically sucker punching you. Now, examples of inflammatory t-shirts and exactly what they are, guys, this is where it gets tricky because it depends on the environment, the group, and honestly, what type of emotion it's going to incite from them. So things like the Confederate flag, some groups approve of it. Other groups are totally against it. Then you've got things like the swastika. Other times you're going to see nudity. You're going to see vulgar statements. Guys, when it comes down to it, gents, you have to be aware of the emotion that that shirt is going to incite and be ready for the consequences. Item number 3 that can lead to a confrontation, religious imagery on your clothing. So there are many places in the world that they just don't tolerate this. And that's the key. Know where you're going and what the rules in that country are. So traveled to Thailand with my family. We're doing all the research on what to wear, what not to. We realize it's a country that is very keen on Buddha. They love the Buddha and don't show any disrespect to the Buddha. Be very sensitive to religion when traveling, and especially if you're going to have it on your clothing. It's something that you want to be careful about pushing into somebody's face. Number 4 on my list of clothing that's going to lead to a butt kicking is dressing like a tourist. Why? Doesn't everyone love tourists? You bet. Thieves especially. Why? Because they carry a lot of money. They carry a lot of valuable items. Dress like the locals. Leave as much as you can locked in your hotel safe. That is a much better place than taking it out with you. Number 5, hats. Now, hats in particular, there's nothing wrong with them. I think they're a great functional piece. But if you wear a hat indoors and you don't take it off, some people can take this as a bit of an affront. They can say, I don't like this. And who knows, there may be an Italian mobster in that restaurant with you who just isn't going to suffer. He's just not going to deal with this punk that won't take his hat off during a meal. Now, have you guys seen this great clip from Tony Soprano and what he did to this gentleman? Yeah, check this one out. Also, gents, I'm linking to my free Facebook group down in the description. It's an awesome group. Why? Because at 2 o'clock in the morning, you need a quick bit of style advice. Guess what? You're not getting it from me. I'm asleep. But there are men all over the world in that group who are willing to help you out, to help you use clothing as a tool to get what you want out of life. My moderators, they're awesome. They keep the group on point. They keep it focused. And it's a great group. And I posted this question and I did a survey. I was asking them, hey guys, what else should be on my list? And I got some pretty good responses. Not that I would go to blows over these particular items, but someone said socks with sandals, and a lot of people agreed with that one. We also had wearing a t-shirt to a funeral. I agree with this one, unless maybe it's a funeral that the guy wanted everyone to wear tie-dye shirts because he was a bit of a hippie. Then in that case, I guess you could wear them. There was also do not wear Crocs to the Vatican. I agree with that one. In fact, I think to the Vatican, they've actually got a dress code. So guys, a lot of funny responses. If you want to join the free Facebook group, it's free. Notice I said free. And it's something I encourage you to do so that you can start to take the actions to become the man you know yourself to be. Guys, that's why I create all these tools. I put out this information. I want you to take action on the information I'm putting out there. I want you to become the best dressed you. When you do that, magic's going to happen. You're going to just have opportunity start to come your way. That's it, guys. Take care. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next video.